Welcome back, everybody. I first want to start this video by just offering my sincere thanks and appreciation for the tremendous outpouring of love and support for my last video. I don't think you'll ever know how much that meant to me, to just read all those comments. And I think I've replied to about 100 of them. There's still some I need to reply, so if I haven't replied to you directly, I will. I was just overwhelmed. It was amazing to just read all those messages from you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't have a whole lot more to report right now, other than Monday I have an appointment with another specialist just for a second opinion, because like I mentioned in the last video, 10 doctors could tell me the same thing and I will still wonder. So I'm going to get one more, just someone to tell me the same thing. And I have a CT scan on Monday as well to kind of measure that my brain's getting everything it needs. And then I'll keep you updated after that. I don't know much more than that right now, but enough of that. It's time to get back to gardening. That's my happy place. I hope it's your happy place. So Hakuna Matata. Let's get happy. So for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that I had a strawberry tower that I put together with my son a couple years ago that really did well. Everything that I wanted it to do. The problem was it started to get a little bit unstable and it kind of started leaning. It was the leaning strawberry tower of Pisa. So I could have rebuilt the same thing, but if you know me, you know I'm always looking to experiment and try new things. And so this video is about 2 new ways of growing strawberries. And if the old way was a strawberry tower, then one of the new ways is a strawberry skyscraper. This is actually a hydroponic system. Now, the last time I did hydroponics was in 1996 after a trip to Epcot Center at Disney World. And it was a lot of fun, but I haven't thought of it since. This system here is actually pretty expensive, and I don't expect everyone to run out and buy one of these to do this along with me. I got this from a family friend and viewer. Thank you, Karen. And it's going to be a really fun experiment, and if it works, I've seen several DIY models online. So we can actually then, if this works, put the time and effort into making our own, and we can do that together. We'll talk more about this in a few minutes. So if you are interested in learning about this and watching this experiment along with me, then stay tuned for that. But right now, let's get to the second way that I'm going to be trying to grow strawberries this year. So we're going to go step by step through this process. And since Noah helped me in the first video, I thought it was only appropriate to have him join us on this one. So let's go through the materials really quick. They are 4 5-foot 2x3s or 2x4s. 2x3s are more affordable. Those are $5 altogether. 10-foot rain gutter section, that's $5. And then we need 2 ends that snap onto the ends and 4 clips, and that's about $12 altogether. So altogether this project costs about $22. So what we did was bury the 2x3s 2 feet deep, which left 3 feet sticking out. So they're going to be 3 feet tall. And you want to make sure that you level them vertically and horizontally all together. The next thing you're going to do is just push the ends onto the gutter. You don't need glue or anything. They slip right on. And then just use the clips to attach to the wood. Those screw right in. And it's really, really easy. For the soil, I used 1/2 either renewable peat or coco coir, and for the other half, I used homemade compost. Now you can use a good organic potting soil. I mixed some perlite in there to make sure we had some good drainage. And then we filled the soil just about to the top of the rain gutters. So for the plants, I actually used the ones I took out of the strawberry tower. But if you can use bare root plants at this time of year, or sometime when they're dormant, which is in the winter, And those are actually really affordable, maybe $1 a plant. Now these in particular, since I already had them out, I gave them a little winter chill by putting them in the fridge. In Southern California, we don't get winter chill, and they're going to take off better and do better when they have that. So I took the opportunity to put them in the refrigerator for 3 weeks before today planting them out. So you don't want to plant them too deep. You've got the roots, the crown, and the leaves. And you want to bury the crown about halfway. You don't want to bury the top of the crown or they will most likely rot. Now, even though we need to make sure they have good drainage, we don't want to leave them waterlogged and growing in a swamp because they will completely rot. So we're going to kind of adjust maybe as we go along. Right now, I just filled up the entire thing with water, and then I used a drill to drill a hole maybe every 2 feet, and you just want the water to be able to drain out within 5 or 10 minutes completely. And if it doesn't, add a few more holes. So I am concerned at the small amount of soil space in the gutter, and that may become a problem in the summer when it's hotter and the soil is going to dry out, or even though strawberries are very shallow rooted, if the roots fill up this container already, it's going to put more production on growing runners than growing fruit. So what I might do, and I will keep you up to date with this, is I might get a second rain gutter completely filled to the top with soil and put it right underneath here. Drill maybe a few more holes, bigger holes in the bottom, so that the roots can then grow through this into that second reservoir of more soil, which would be more moisture and more nutrients for it to gather. For now though, it's really more about watering and fertilizing. And so I'm gonna actually put a drip line down the length of this, and I'm gonna have it on its own station so that it runs maybe 2 or 3 times a day, especially in the summer, for maybe 5 minutes each. I'm gonna fertilize every 2 weeks with a fish kelp fertilizer. When it's really in production and it's fruiting, you could actually add a little bit of organic tomato food. That has a high middle number, so it's good for the flowers and the fruit production. So right now, one thing I'm going to do is actually go by and pinch off all of the flowers. At this point, we don't want the plant focusing on fruit. We want the plant focusing on leaf development and root development. So now that you've got a good idea of how we set this up, let's go back over to the strawberry skyscraper, and I'll let you know, if you want to walk through that, how we did it and what to kind of expect from it coming in a few months. So the entire thing starts with this reservoir down here, and this is full of the hydroponic solution. Now, typically you're going to use a synthetic hydroponic solution, and I'm okay with that, especially for an experiment. But what I'm going to try first is an organic solution, and I used compost tea and worm tea and the liquid seaweed and fish food. So that's mixed in here with water, and there's a pump that pumps that solution up to the top of this tower and rains down inside on all the roots that are hanging through from these little baskets here. So basically, to set these up, we have a little bit of what's called rock wool, and you get that wet, and you put the bare roots of the plant, no soil, you kind of sandwich that into there, and then there's these little baskets that will clip into the system, and the roots are going to grow through the rock wool, through the basket, and hang down inside here. So in the summertime, this entire thing should be full of roots, with the water and the solution just kind of trickling over. Now this goes on and off every 15 minutes, so it's not a complete shower all the time, but it keeps the roots moist, so they're able to draw in that moisture and that all those nutrients to feed the plant. I may have to adjust this as time goes along if the plants are getting yellow or they're stunted. Again, that's why this is an experiment, and it's not meant for you guys to grow along. I just thought it would be something to kind of keep you updated with to see how it works. So I'm really excited about both these methods. It's going to be a lot of fun to follow along throughout the spring and summer to see what kind of production we get out of them. Which method are you most excited about?
I mean, I'm excited for both. I can't really choose one, but if I would have to choose one, I would probably say rain gutter because I've never seen that before. So
It'll be fun to see. You guys let me know which one you're excited about, and if you decide to go ahead and try the rain gutter method this spring, and keep us updated on how yours is going. One more thing I forgot to mention. The other downfall of the rain gutter was freezing in cold winter climates throughout the winter, because there's not a lot of space there. The air can get around. They're not in the ground. They're not covered with mulch. So they're kind of just out there in the elements. And what you can do is either wrap it. There's a material that you can wrap that with in the wintertime, or just take off the clips and take the entire thing into a frost-free basement or garage. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
And if you want to, you got to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. And if you want to follow him on Instagram, it's right here, right there.
Oh, guess I'll be adding that.
Yeah.
Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
See ya.